Well, I certainly agree with all your training decisions and assessments on this in terms of what you broke down and how you broke things down. But either way, it was still super fun to see Mookie out doing the small space and doing real agility. I think the last thing I saw him do was something upstairs with just one jump during the online classes that I did in May and June. So this is some of the first like real agility that I've been able to see him do. So good lead out on this. Rotation was good. You can see 1 foot, 2, 3, 4, and opening up to set a really nice line to that jump there. And then as you identified, he's not really looping all that well. I mean, this one isn't too bad, but he's still landing out on that arc where that rut is in the grass, but he's getting nice extension on that last line. Your position of your front cross looking good there. But I think on the loop, we certainly need to revisit that. I know in the video you come back through and you do some work, but I'm thinking maybe a prop would be useful there, whether you use a barrel or something on the takeoff side to get him to round his arc, or a fence or a prop on the landing side to help get him to be more conscious of his landing. So with the rear cross, as you already identified, wasn't something that you really had much work on. So in terms of what we're looking for, you're basically thinking forward send with pressure on the dog's line. So shoulders are good, inside arm is good. You're running in towards his line, but it's not enough. You can see he takes off on the right lead and then switches in the air. So at least he hit the ground and switched, but then it results in that wide turn there. The other thing that you can do to help him on those is you can try like an angled bar. So that's going to kind of encourage him and give him a reason to jump closer to the end that you want, or the side of the bar that you want, and kind of put like it either on like 6 or 8 inches, or even just resting it on the ground to give more encouragement. So here, same thing. Each one you do gets better and better. So here you can see he's still on kind of the middle to right-hand side of the bar, but he is bending left and on the left lead when he takes off. So at least he got the lead change, which as a result tightened up his turn. Still getting a little bit of a angled jumping arc on that loop. And his line on the last 2 jumps was certainly better with the front cross. You can see kind of angles out when you keep him on your right. So the front cross really worked to kind of straighten that line and force that line there. So using the toy, I don't know that it helped on the second one. I didn't feel like he knew it was there, or it wasn't functioning enough as a lure, because his priority was to kind of bend towards you and look at you and then drive for the toy. So in order for the toy to work, he has to know it's there and be excited enough about it. I think for him, as soon as you get running and you get moving, you become more exciting and more of a distractor than any lure that you have out there. You could also try the manners minder if he likes that or knows that any better. But with your motion and your running, he just gets so keyed in off that and immediately goes into handler focus. So here's where you're saying the loop needs some work, and I agree. Even just here at one jump, you can see what a big slice he took. I personally would probably do a little bit with trying something to aid on the landing side, like another wing kind of perpendicular to the bar right there to force him to curl. Or start with the barrel, and if the barrel is not enough, then put something there. But, put something in the middle of the jump, the middle of the bar, to force him to come around and have to land here. Because when you stood there and made him do it, he can do it. It's just adding in the speed and the momentum. He wants to jump on that slice. I mean, even there, while he's not landing real far out, if we think about shoulder position, we really want the inside shoulder past the upright before he jumps. And you can see, even after working it, he's still taking off. Like, we can see that he's taking off, and I never see his front feet. So presumably his front feet are hitting right behind the wing there. Then he takes off, which forces that slice. So we've got to get that left shoulder past that inside upright. Again, angled jump there would also help, but probably for him not quite enough. He needs more of a barrier, more of a reason to want to bend and add in the stride. So love seeing him on these small spaces. Good work, Gene.